Good day to you all. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Professor Shenzhen and to Dr. Huiling Du for the kind invitation and for the opportunity to give a presentation on rehabilitation for patients with spinal deformities. The title of my lecture is Treating Patients with Spinal Deformities: Benefits of a Short-Term Intensive Rehabilitation Program. Spinal deformities such as scoliosis, kyphosis, and lordosis represent significant challenges to the quality of life of affected individuals. Traditional treatments have included surgical intervention, rigid bracing, and various physiotherapy approaches. The conservative treatment of patients with spinal deformities is now supported by a sufficient number of studies. Three-dimensional scoliosis treatment, according to Katharina Schroth, and the Schroth Best Practice Program we call SBP, is probably the best and most comprehensively validated physiotherapeutic treatment measure today. Otherwise, high-ranking studies are only available for the Monticone program. Both the Schroth method and the Schroth Best Practice Program provide non-surgical options for managing scoliosis and have been shown to yield significant improvements in patients' various conditions. However, the Schroth Best Practice Program, with its streamlined approach and easier adaptability to daily life, offers a modernized approach that can improve treatment compliance and overall quality of life. Nonetheless, the choice between the two methods should be individualized based on factors such as the severity of the condition, patient preference, and the clinician's expertise. Bracing is a common non-surgical treatment for scoliosis that aims to prevent the progression of the deformity. The application of corrective trunk orthosis is supported by a large number of significant studies. However, there is no independent evidence for soft braces. In the last decade, there have been major advances in the development of asymmetric CAD/CAM-based Chinoo derivatives, which has had a positive effect on the success rate of such orthosis. Among various bracing concepts, the Gensingen brace, we call GBW, has emerged as a progressive orthotic treatment method designed with individualized fitting to each patient's specific curve pattern. The Gensingen brace has several advantages compared to traditional bracing concepts. Improved correction. Studies have shown that the GBW can achieve significant corrective effects compared to standard braces. A study from our working group demonstrated a high rate of success in patients treated with the GBW compared to a Boston brace derivative. Later studies, as outlined below, have confirmed these initial findings. Better compliance. Given its relatively lower profile and the less restrictive design, patients often find the Gensingen brace more comfortable and easier to wear, potentially improving compliance. Addressing rotation. While most braces aim to correct lateral curvature, the GBW also addresses the rotational component of scoliosis, thereby achieving a three-dimensional correction. Using the randomized controlled multicenter study by Weinstein and co-workers, so-called BRACED, as a Boston BRACE reference study, a significantly higher success rate and a high percentage of permanent corrections are found today when using the Gensingen brace. Even patients with curvatures beyond the 40 or 50 degree limit can be successfully treated with the GBW today. On this slide you can see a cosmetic as well as clinical improvement 9 months after brace weaning in a nice documentation by our friend Nikos Tounavitis from Thessaloniki, Greece. So, what are the benefits of group-based intensive rehabilitation? Even though the current 3 to 4 week inpatient rehabilitation concepts for children and adolescents with spinal deformities do not produce sustainable effects with regard to the measurable health indicators, the psychologically stabilizing effect of such treatment in a specialized institution is undisputed. Spinal deformities that need treatment are uncommon and affect less than 1% of the population. It typically involves complex treatment procedures such as years of brace treatment and surgery, leaving children and adolescents to deal with their specific problems. As a result, those affected may experience social isolation and have difficulty following through with their prescribed home exercise program and brace treatment. Studies have shown this to be the case. As early as 2006, 2 scientific studies on more advanced rehabilitation concepts were published. Inpatient scoliosis rehabilitation has been shown to be improved and shortened by the implementation of new pedagogical and methodological approaches. For those experiencing moderate levels of stress due to school or social situations, a shorter rehabilitation period can offer effective relief. The current methodology of conservative scoliosis treatment is described in detail in a recent textbook. Collaborating with like-minded individuals can bring about numerous advantages, such as mitigating social stressors and gaining fresh insights into one's own therapy. Moreover, adhering to home exercise programs and brace treatments may significantly improve thanks to the support and shared experiences of the community. Always bear in mind, sharing your problems can make them feel less overwhelming. In addition, given a brace indication in the context of this rehabilitation concept, if the patient is treated with the most up-to-date standard, the surgical rate can be drastically reduced. The need for treatments of spinal deformities is relatively rare, affecting less than 1% of the population, with few qualified specialists available in the field. However, our program for children and adolescents with spinal deformities is highly effective and can be tailored to meet the unique needs of both inpatient and outpatient participants. With a 5 to 6 day duration and comfortable accommodations, this innovative rehabilitation concept is a game changer. Below are the prerequisites for participation in this program. the objective of rehabilitating scoliosis. The Scoliosis Rehabilitation Program has multiple objectives that surpass mere physical enhancements such as X-ray readings, surface measurements, or lung function data. Its ultimate goal is to improve or restore the integration of scoliosis patients at home and promote proper disease management. Therefore, the rehabilitation of patients with spinal deformities is a comprehensive approach with far-reaching benefits. Aims of this new conception are to enable self-determination and equal participation in life, at school, everyday life, and work. To avoid or counteract disability disadvantages, elimination of performance restrictions and restoration of the performance, prevention of secondary processes and improvement of the long-term prognosis, integration or reintegration into work, school, education process, family, and society, as well as improving the quality of life. Appropriate management of the disease and the existing functional limitations, learn the home exercise program, learning everyday activities, learn how to handle the orthosis, and with action medication, also brace supply. The process quality and rehabilitation goals of this new rehabilitation concept are based on the original guideline on specific rehabilitation of spinal deformities. The first center of this kind could serve as a training center for further decentralized centers in the country. Thus, this concept could be increasingly offered nationwide in the future and thus be more suitable for those affected. Currently, we have evidence that an outpatient training program according to the short best practice standard is enough in order to allow a successful acquisition of postural skills by the patient and allow ADL management in everyday life. There is some evidence that more intensive group programs lead to very special group dynamics within the peer group, where patients suffering from spinal deformities may feel safe and supported. Therefore, more intensive and supportive programs seem desirable, especially for children and adolescents who at home feel pretty alone with their problems. Additionally, brace treatment and brace management are not as easy to perform on an outpatient basis. Within the group setting, brace adjustment is more convenient and may be also supported by the peer group as well as by a psychologist. The program's content ought to be patient investigation by the physician, patient investigation by the physiotherapist, diagnostics, the program, activities of daily living under supervision, brace prescription, brace adjustment, and psychological support. A 5 to 6 days program of intensive rehabilitation would be enough to reach the aims of such a program. The setting of this new concept of rehabilitation of patients with spinal deformities is already elaborated. I wish you a pleasant meeting ahead.